Alrighty, PG-13. This is G.I. Joe, and we're going way back to 1984. The Cobra Stinger. Now, Hasbro did remake one, and they made it so hard for anyone else to get it. But I found it on I think it is AliExpress.com. And it was an exclusive, so it was very hard to get. And well, we're gonna get into it. But the funny thing is, on the box art, it shows the Cobra. That's right, the Cobra driver for this. Cobra Stinger driver. You can see it's the vintage figure in here. And then when you actually look at the figure, it is not anything like this. Even the symbol's bigger. So, and the eyes are different. And the legs are thinner. And they use the same mold as they did from the Cobra Officer. Now the box art is pretty fantastic. I do like the box art. You know, it's kind of why I keep the boxes. But again, it looks pretty nice. And well, even the back has a file card on the back here, but it is not like the original. So, and again, you can see clearly, clear as day, that that is a vintage figure on the back of the box. But you know, we didn't get that. Sorry, we're just gonna have to tone down that lighting there. And it's really sad. Maybe they even used a vintage vehicle for this, because the matte finish is so crappy. I mean, any little scuffle or scratch on your Cobra Stun vehicle shows up. So even if you didn't do anything yourself, you know, right out of the box, see if we can turn this light up here. Right out of the box, you got all these little scratches and dings, and you didn't even do any of that to it. You know, it's like unfinished. I mean, it looks nice, but it feels way lighter, not as heavy. But yet, it is the same mold, so, you know, we could do a side-by-side comparison, and I think we have in the past. Pardon me. Now, I do love the Cobra Stinger, but again, in 2000, they changed it to Cobra Rattler. Like, what's going on with Hasbro there? Did they keep losing the rights to some of their stuff? I don't know. Their creative team isn't so creative, because they keep getting rid of their people. And it's just a toxic environment there. But like, you do the side-by-side comparison, and you can clearly see the vintage still is far superior than the new one. The new one with the matte finish just looks cheap, and it's like they skip a step in, you know, giving it this nice gloss shine, you know, like that we've come to know, you know, recognize in our figures. Love the look of our vintage figures. The newer figures that Hasbro gave us just didn't have that luster, that shine, you know. They didn't have the full feel of the nostalgia. If people are going for nostalgia. But most collectors aren't going for nostalgia. We're going for what we love, what we enjoy. And you know, these are great vehicles to army build, as most Cobra vehicles are. But I love the camouflage versions, and the 2000 vehicle might go from anywhere from $100 to $200. And it comes with, nope, not a Stinger driver. It comes with, is it Vampra? And she does have a file card, and it is not on the back of the box. It comes with, you know, it comes inside the box. because you can look on the back, and we've got a cool, different, different packaging. I love the packaging. It's really nice. And the vehicle itself, the camouflage one, is super cool to have. Like the 2000 vehicles are similar to the vintage vehicles. They got that nice glossy finish. Whereas the other Stinger just is unfinished. So you got that nice shine to it. Even the plastic for the top. You got your 2 doors and your top piece that can come off. And now if you ever take this apart, these bumpers do come off and you can switch it. And you can, a lot of these bodies are interchangeable. So if you're so inclined to get, say, an Action Force one that's all black, you can switch it off with any of these bodies, and you could make it into the rare Sears one, because Action Force did have a black, well, I guess Stinger. And if you know what I'm talking about, oh, you know what I'm talking about, do you? With the machine gun on the front of the Vamp. This is a way better design. And I mean, if Super 7 was to bring out the Stinger, if they gave us the black one, the rare one, that would be phenomenal. I mean, make it just like the Sears exclusive one with that little machine gun on the front. I love that look. That look is just fantastic. If Super 7 can give us that rare one, because you look at these and just the camouflage looks so nice. We're just going to tone down that lighting and see if that does anything. But when you compare all the Vamps together, like these Stingers, they're all obviously from the Vamp body, from the 82 I think it was. And again, I just love this look. So if you could get a Sears exclusive type, all black with that little machine gun from Super 7, that would be something to get. God, I'd buy the crap out of that one. But now, like, we don't like the Lego eyes. We love the vintage look. And the vintage look is what we love. The actual figure look. I mean, I love this driver. One of the favorites. I love my Cobras. And everybody knows I love to army build my Cobra soldiers and officers. And the actual vehicles, I did have hours upon hours of fun. I mean, you could take all of this off. These get a little dusty. And you still have a cool vehicle. Yes, it's hard to fit them in. And, a commonly lost part is a steering wheel, or your bumper might be missing entirely. And just, you could fit 2 figures on the back. A real bad design flaw is these missiles. They should have made them all bell-shaped so they fit on nicer. And, it's got a grab bar here, but yet you're going to get burnt by the rockets. The rockets! And sometimes these do break, so you have to be a little careful. But you can always take this apart and screw on a washer and a screw and drill into it, and that works. So you can stabilize these and you don't have to worry. But again, like when you look inside, it is a little cramped, so it's only good for vintage figures. The doors do open up nicely. I always throw on an extra sticker because I like my decals on the door sometimes. And you get a nice view inside. It does have a shifter in there and some other detail. And I love these in the cartoon as well. They always got blown up. But they're a lot of fun, whether you get them all complete or just for parts. But again, I do have a couple more on the shelves. Oh, another thing to watch for, the hubcap can come off. I had one that did, and I didn't notice, so hopefully I have that part kicking around somewhere. But they do have lots of decals. They also come with the I always forget the blueprints. There might be blueprints somewhere. But nonetheless, I mean, if Hasbro ever does make an exclusive again, you know, Lenny, I don't care what you're thinking. You know, you gotta ask your fans for input. And a matte finish is just saying, well, we're not finished. You know, put the little extra effort into it and make it look nice and shiny. You know, have some pride. And, you know, like, make what we love, not what you think you love. Make what the fans love and the collectors, you know. I love to army build, and I will be getting more over time. And again, they do have a little tow hook, so you can pull your pod behind it. Your blue pod or your python pod. So, or you can pull the missile thing. See, I wish the Super 7 will make one of these. I mean, when they did come out, they sold out right away, and how can you sell out a pre-order? So they only took a certain amount of orders. And you know, I felt cheated by Hasbro when they do that, and I'm sure a lot of you did. But I was able to find that AliExpress.com, and I was able to find some of those things that Hasbro says is exclusive only to Hasbro. So it showed up there, and I was able to get one. And I'm glad I did, because I can compare it to how cheaply made they remade it. It was cheaply priced to begin with. So, I mean, maybe that's why they cheaped out. It's like they forgot a step on making our awesome Stingers, you know, the way that we love them. I do recommend, like this one here, obviously, well, this one, she is a cool figure. She's just a remake of Jinx, but it's called Vampra. I always want to call her Hydra, I don't know why. Hydra's coming. I mean, the 2000 vehicles are great. Like, it's a real rich, deep black for the top and the doors. And even the hubcaps are all black. So again, you could take the parts from some of these and make your own customs as well. So like I said, you can get an Action Force Vamp, and you can turn it into a rare Sears one if you wanted. And I believe the body would be the same. Also, another thing to watch for is the bumpers. Sometimes these bumpers are broken off. So, you know, just let me know in the comments down below if you have a bunch of these for your Cobra Army. And if you love them as much as I do. I mean, and if you have one of the rare 2000 vehicles, I mean, you can still get them new in the box or with a box for anywhere from $100 to $200. And that would be Canadian prices. So American prices probably around maybe 80 to 150. All depends on how much you want to get price gouged. And it does seat 2, and it holds 2 more on the back when they're going off into battle. So these are fantastic Stingers to get, and I do recommend the vintage over the new one that Hasbro came out with. But as a collector, you do want to try to get a hold of them, and you know, eBay is a good place to find it, or AliExpress.com I think is where I got mine from. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget